Just pulled a few cards from Alana Fairchild's White Light Oracle, and I'm just basically going to read just like the very top portion. Not the whole things on them unless I really feel it. I should put a little like meditation on one of these frequencies, perhaps. Let's see, I do a lot of 888 and 963 as well. I don't with the 528 as much, just because it's kind of a whole deal about that. It's a lot of people on that frequency, you know, it's kind of the most popular one. So it is the first card that actually came out. So maybe sorry. Hang on one second while I queue up a frequency. All right.
I'm Montero. So much is still unexplored. If I discovered...
Okay, here we go. So the way that I actually got these cards also is I shuffled them quite a few times, even like more than I usually kind of stick with the standard 3, but I felt like I need to keep shuffling, and I haven't even looked at them yet. But and then the very top 3 is the top row, and then I cut the deck 3 different times through the middle row, and then I actually like shuffled with my hand to see if any flew out. 3 flew out at the same time, which is the bottom row, and then the bottom of the deck was the bottom of the deck. And most often I always kind of make the bottom of the deck the overall energy of like the entire read, unless for some reason I'm feeling like there's another way to go about it. And so I don't know, I might put the cards up here as I sort of read about them. So anyways, the bottom of the deck was Sacrament of Extreme Unction. Your heart knows how to let go so you can find peace. It is time for you to experience spiritual closure. A beautiful new reality is opening up for you. Entering it requires you to release your attachment to the past. You have been inwardly preparing for a powerful rebirth. Now is the time to trust in what is meant for you and move toward it with an open, trusting heart and peaceful mind. I don't know. Maybe I should set her. I don't want to get too close to the candle. There we go. Kind of in there. Back it on up. There we go. Sort of. All right. So 17 is 528 hertz, mandala of the heart. .528 is kind of like the love frequency, but I'm not going to get into other things that happen with some of the 528 videos. But anyways, maybe tonight is the night to listen to some 528. 528 hertz, mandala of the heart. Sometimes aspects of our life fall apart or don't go to plan. This is so they can come back together in a beautiful new way. Trust in the goodness and the inevitable blessing of your destiny falling into place. Do not trust your fears. Put your faith in the love of your heart. A heartfelt wish is going to manifest. And the next one is number 24, and it is, and I'm sorry if I mispronounce some of these, Alpha of Alcyon. Alpha of Alcyon. There's a lot of things that I want to study, and different languages, and what's not. I don't know how to pronounce all the names of the gods and goddesses always. I know a little bit of Hebrew and sort of a little bit of Greek, and yeah, I'll just leave it there. So Alpha of Alcyon. A positive twist of fate and a windfall of good fortune are destined for you. Brightness and hope will alleviate negativity and give you the strength to find your way through a time of adversity or challenge. Finally, you will experience peace, love, and deep connection with your true self and the universe. Good things are on their way to you. I might have to keep reading on this one. Probably will happen with quite a few of them. Some of them I've seen as, I've used this deck a dozen or more times, and Ishtar's Lion Gate 888 has come out a lot, and that's pretty significant for me. But a lot of these are ones, and Sacred Scar comes out for me a lot, and if you watch my videos, you would, and know my story, you'd know a bit on that. But anyways, keep reading on this one. The brightest star of the Pleiades star system, Alkyong, holds the frequency of love, the sacred feminine healing power of compassion, and the grace of mercy. In the myths of ancient Greece, Alkyong was so in love with her husband, Sex, C-E-Y-X, Sex, that she referred to him as Zeus, and then he referred to her as the divine wife of Zeus, Hera. Zeus was so irritated by such grandiosity that when Sex was at sea, Zeus struck his ship with a lightning bolt. In her grief, Alkyone threw herself into the sea. Moved by mercy, I forgot. I said I was going to bring these up and show you. Mantle of the Heart one is beautiful, but we're on this one now. So there she is. Oh yeah, don't mind my background. I'm kind of in a multi-purpose overflow room that catches all the extra stuff. Okay. So we were talking about this story of Zeus struck his ship with a lightning bolt. In her grief, Alkyone threw herself into the sea. Moved by mercy, the gods transformed the lovers into kingfishers. These birds embody the spiritual medicine of abundance, love, prosperity, peace, and happiness, bringing blessings of hope and healing to humanity. I love Alana Fairchild. I would love to personally study on her if I had many more years and lifetimes, but who knows. The Halcyon days take their name from this goddess turned kingfisher. And if you know me, you know my love for birds. Obsession there, a little bit of one. They are 7 days on either side of the shortest day of the year, the winter solstice, day my daughter was born. During this time, there are said to be no storms, only peaceful weather. Legend has it that the god of winds calms all storms during this period so Alcyon can nest safely. I'm going to have to put this one aside for my daughter and show her in the morning. The term now symbolizes a period of luminous grace amidst a challenging time during which one can rest in tranquility. It is also an omen of more peaceful days of love and prosperity ahead. Alcyon is the goddess of grace and mercy, especially in the face of heart-wrenching loss. She reassures us that we will find a way through and that there is comfort for us when we need it, even if further work needs to be done before we can be fully released into a new era of happiness. When Alpha of Alcyone makes an appearance, Alcyone makes an appearance, we are near to the deepest, darkest phase of our suffering and can trust we are already beginning to emerge on the other side. Alpha brain waves are deep, calming waves. They are what we experience when daydreaming or slipping into peaceful relaxation or meditation. In the alpha state, imagination and intuition are heightened. As such, these brain waves are a gateway into the subconscious mind. I don't know, I might go alpha waves tonight. At the bridge between conscious, everyday awareness and deep altered states, alpha waves allow us to be awake and functioning, while connected to an inner well of wisdom and support. If we are in stimulation overload, alpha blocking can occur. Learning to consciously switch off and relax by dropping into the 8 Hz to 12 Hz range helps us melt away stress and tune into our intuition without becoming too floaty and unfocused. The oracle of Alpha of Alcyone supports us in relaxing and reconnecting to optimism even during tough times. In such a state, we will realize that difficulties will eventually come to an end and we will be provided for. The oracle brings guidance that a new reality of happiness is available to us even now as we steadily make our way to the light of a happy new start. If I wanted to sound smarter and didn't care so much what people thought of me, I would probably have looked up these pronunciations previous to doing this. Oh, well. Healing process. Find a place where you can rest without being distracted or disturbed and settle. Okay, meditate. I'm not going to read that, although let's read what she says about these kingfishers. Waterbird. Allow your imagination to drift into the heart as though it was a gentle, shining inner temple of white light. See two kingfisher birds flying and playing together. One lovingly protects the other as she lays her eggs. The realm is peaceful and still. You may even feel some emotional welling up as you connect to the energy of such a gentle paradise. Let your heart feel what it needs to feel. Just be. Actually, that may be what I do on my own time, is meditate in that way. Pull out the kingfisher birds in my wingspan and put them in their wetland habitat. All right, so next is Theta of Venus, which is the very next one. How did I get out of order? I don't know what happened there. Okay. Deer of Delta, that one would be significant to me personally. It's not in this read, sorry. Side thought. Theta of Venus. I need like a little card stand. Attune yourself to higher consciousness by choosing to access the purest frequencies of love within. Acknowledge lower frequencies such as judgment, fear, doubt, or shame when they arise within or around you, but do not give them a foothold in your heart. You are ready for a higher understanding, to see things in a new and more positive light. Allow your inner knowing to guide you on a unique, beautiful, and highly spiritual path. I think a lot of us know a lot about Venus, so I'm not going to read on with that one. 11. 11 is Sacred Scar. Sacred Scar. Your inner and outer scars are marks of your soul's courage. They are signs of strength and survival, of your willingness to be alive. The sacred scar speaks of that which once caused pain, being transformed into higher knowledge and inner power. Trauma shall be transformed through spiritual initiation, leading you from woundedness to wisdom. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You can trust your healing process and in the hidden higher purpose behind things happening. Sorry, it's a lot of H's. I'm going to start over with that one. You can trust your healing process and in the hidden higher purpose behind things happening as they do. You are strong and you shall flourish on all levels. Seraph of 963 hertz is the next one. I like to do this and see which one YouTube ends up picking for the cover and then get into that one a little more. I like her jewelry. Practice connecting to the joy that is always deep within you. Pay attention to what brings you exquisite delight. If you don't know what that is, you are guided to experiment and explore. Explore bliss. Ooh. Something along those lines sounds like a good business name. Don't take it. Connecting to the joyful capacity of your heart will heal so much negativity and uncertainty. Let your heart relax. Allow the spiritual grace that wishes to reorder your life to manifest its miraculous magic. Explore bliss. Ishtar, Lionsgate, 888. Some of our storylines, our scripts include a nefarious Leo and another Leo, and possibly that could be a cusper Leo. Ishtar Lionsgate 888. If you don't listen to frequencies so much, this is definitely one that I absolutely recommend. I had like this one thing happened where I fell asleep and listened to it all night. And I was in line. We were getting ready for my daughter's baby shower. And so we had a very big City Brew order, breakfast and coffees for a whole group of us. And it was one of those times where the person in the vehicle in front of us said, "May I pay for the order of those girls behind us?" So it manifested up instantly. So Ishtar's Lion Gate 888. Your heart has a heightened connection with the higher realms of consciousness and light. A blessing, empowerment, and positive omen shall enter your world. Doors will open for you. Abundance and prosperity are headed your way. Take care of your heart. Ask for spiritual assistance, and it shall be granted. Something negative is going to transform into something very positive. Okay, I think I'm going to read more on this for the Leo. The good Leo. The good lion. The good king. Ishtar is the queen of the night, a dark goddess of loss and letting go, but also a priestess of light who holds the keys to renewal from suffering. She is relentless in her pursuit of the path to true inner freedom. She willingly surrenders her attachments and her identities, even separating herself temporarily from her loved ones with such boldness and confidence that she crosses into realms where others dare not go. She experiences vulnerability and is in that state discovers deep truth. Ishtar is the capacity of the soul to integrate our experiences. After reaching the greatest depths of suffering, she emerges and is reinstated upon her rightful throne, and with even greater wisdom, spiritual power, and compassion. In a reading, she is a guardian and symbol of resurrection. You shall rise again. Sounds a little bit like Six Pentacles. Those who have felt as though their identity or any other marker of security has been torn away from them are her children. They will find their way back to peace and prosperity under her auspices. If you have been suffering, this oracle indicates an end of the struggle. The end of the struggle is imminent. You shall be restored with so much more than you have lost. Ishtar is depicted in the Queen of the Night relief that dates back over 4,000 years from ancient Babylon, which was located in the lands of present-day southern Iraq. She is a bird, woman, priestess with talons and wings, flanked by owls and lions. Sounds a little bit like Thoth. She holds sacred tools, a rod and a ring in her hands, is bejeweled and naked. Did she hang with Thoth? I don't know, I'll have to look into this more. Anyways, where were we? She holds sacred tools, a rod and a ring in her hands, is bejeweled and naked, symbolizing her power and freedom. Her symbols are the gate, the 8-pointed star, and the lion. Oh, so I didn't know so much about that symbolism. I gamble a little bit here and there. It's one of the games I play. Anyways, and that's interesting because it is associated with 888, although it's not a game that I've, won a little bit of money on that one, not a ton. All right, but the star Sirius is also sacred to her. Okay, I've heard her story a bit now. Now this is coming back. Its rise each year marks her ascent from the dark realms, which ensures prosperity and good fortune for the year ahead. Huh. This is starting to click a whole lot. Jubilee. Her jewels and tools represent her great power and effectiveness. The stars represent her higher consciousness and loving wisdom, and are a sign of great blessings for your life, indicating prosperity, peace, healing, and love. A lot of times, I don't have a lot of time and I have a lot of projects going, so I don't really just sit and chill and enjoy this in this way. But I need to. I do remember when Lionsgate was going on, and who knows, in retrospect, I may know what was actually happened and what it means and what would be significant about that time. I was in great expectation. Actually, that might have been in the beginning of our astral connection in a big way. Yeah. I remember now. I'm going right back to the time. Now the song Heat Waves is getting really, really Glad in my mind. Oh, it's good. Good stuff. Is when I set out on my journey of all of this craziness in the very beginning. Okay, anyways. I don't need to read more about Leo. I'm just going to move on to the next one because I've got to get off this subject because I'm like, now I'm just in a, I'm verklempt. I'm verklempt. And this is getting intimate for me. So I'm just going to shut up and stop right now. You can read more. I do highly recommend this deck. It is amazing, as are all of her works, but yeah, this one is just beautiful. It's like very sacred, definitely. Alrighty. So, was Lion Gate? That's the very last card of this deck as well. So interesting. It has like definitely come out a lot in the reads that I have done, especially pulling on the energy of the twin flame, divine feminine, divine masculine journey. Perfume of Sophia. Stop there. I'm not going to go any further with what I was saying. Sorry. I need to breathe right now. It's in a good way. So, if you know my story, you'll kind of know a bit about how I love fragrance, and it's very important to me. I have a little bit of past experiences in the way of career-wise concerning fragrance, and it's in my ancestry, and also I do believe in my future, very much so. I've got formulations in my mind ready to go. So, Perfume of Sophia. You will be able to sense the best timing and approach to take to create space for healing and resolution. Connect to your body and ground yourself in the here and now with body-friendly practices. You will find your way intuitively and instinctively, even though confusing circumstances where one moment you are sure the answer is no, and the next moment you are sure it is a yes. Give up trying to figure the answer out right now and remain open with positive but relaxed expectation that clarity shall emerge spontaneously according to divine timing. Now, I had made it a purpose to not really read any more messages that I feel like I was getting unless they were absolutely loud and clear and I feel very significant. And if you are watching this and resonating with it, I do believe that what I'm seeing is an excursion, a trip with two and one in nature, and feel like when that experience happens and comes about, that the decision will become extremely clear. I'm sorry, I'm on the floor, and my dog now thinks that this is his time. He's feeling the love tonight. He needs to get his toenails cut, so I call him Scar when they get this long. Oh, Ivan, buddy. Yeah, he's trying to get frisky with me now. Ivan, out of the way. I gotta read this. Not in that way. I'm not weird like that, so shut up with your karmic freaky weirdness. Maybe you, not me. Anyways, I just blew the whole energy of it with that comment. But you say something and these, freaks just run with it. But they're going to be so exposed, so they're the ones with their heads in the flipping gutters. All right, I'm going to read more about the Perfume of Sophia in my own intimate space. Romeo and Juliet seems to be mentioned. A story about some 3 rabbis. Seems interesting. And yeah, I'm going to do this one on my own. I'm going to just finish reading the last 2 and turn this off. As I feel like there's a bit of an interruption, thwarting and blocking and all that junk. But it's being lifted and it is no longer effective, and this one I might have to read more on, so the karma can suck it. Magnetism of Eros. Trust in what your heart yearns for without concern about how it will manifest. Take steps toward that which moves your heart. Reach out for what your soul wants and needs. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, for only then can you be truly held. That which appears out of reach or unavailable to you is closer than you realize. Interesting. And I'm not going to read the rest, but Eros is a type of love. In the Greek, it's one of the 3 types of love, and it is the passionate type. And so, again, I'm going to, for myself, enjoy that on my own. And then the final card, and man, I have no idea how to pronounce this one at all, whatsoever. Anapulsis. How'd I do? It's like a really nice neck and face massage. Anapulsis. Do not give up, but allow your heart to disengage from your struggles. Give yourself much needed rest. You are in a phase of recovery. If you have been off your path, you are going to come back strong. You will regain your spark of passion, inspiration, and devotion. A certain order of events needs to take place for your soul path to come into fruition. Commit yourself to your sacred journey, trusting that the right thing will happen at the right time. This one, I do feel like I want to read more on. I'm sorry to mess up my grid. Just gonna put her there. All right. The Greek word anapulsis refers to the cessation of work, so one can regain strength, renew vitality, and heighten creative productivity. Sorry, I've been having a lot of brain fog. It's been a long day. It is rest for success. The Oracle of Anapulsis advises physical, emotional, and psychological rest to reset yourself. Sorry, hang on. Someone's big mad. I'll get through this. They're defeated. These dark energies are defeated. Divine connections are happening for real. It's on the forefront. We're at the end of the race. We're leaning into the finish, to that strip at the end of the track, that ribbon, finish line. All right. That might mean switching off without fear or guilt. It is likely to mean giving up worries and the constant replay of anxiety-ridden speculations. Find some spaciousness and pleasure within and around yourself so you may experience healing and renewal. If you have been considering working with a healer, this is confirmation to pursue such a path. The Oracle also recommends finding spiritual rest, even if you are still working hard. Spiritual rest happens when we take sanctuary in the sacred. We give up trying to become something or other and instead tend fully to the task at hand, completely engaged in the moment. When we do so, we are trusting that the universe knows what it is doing and that we are part of a greater unfolding plan. In modern culture, we can aspire to become someone, and that's in quotes. Someone visible, someone influential, someone powerful, someone important. Yet, no matter how much worldly or even spiritual power a person may appear to have, the idea that one person is more important than another belongs to the realm of ego. Spirit loves and respects all beings equally. What our world needs are more people who are spiritually connected to their hearts. As you become such a being, others will seek you out. You don't need to set yourself up as being anything at all. You can enjoy the relief of giving up any obsession with appearances or external validation. Instead, dive deep into the nourishing inner realm of your own soul with trust in all that is and all that shall be. Free from distracting and disempowering pursuits, you may connect, rest, and restore yourself with a real sense of spiritual beauty, value, and presence. In the space of restful immersion, you realize you are enough. Anapulsis brings special guidance for those who have been going through deeply challenging struggles of mind, body, and soul. Perhaps you feel exhausted, confused, and afraid. Even if you are still going strong in the outer world, you have a need for spiritual convalescence. You are encouraged to allow yourself adequate rest and to engage in activities geared toward healing. This oracle recognizes that there is something that you have been working hard to bring into being. It's going to happen in a bigger and better and more, I don't want to use the word extreme, I see the fireworks. It's going to happen in a bigger, better, more amazing, more fulfilling, more impactful, more radiant way than you could have ever possibly imagined. The ribbon cutting is with a pair of scissors so big you can't even lift them. You need a forklift or a crane to open them up and cut that huge ribbon. All right, where was I? It's all going to work out. Oracle, recognize that there is something you have been working hard to bring into being. With a little more trust in your spiritual connection, you'll find it the way easier and more joyful. You don't need to push yourself so hard. Spirit can sustain you through your devotion and commitment so that every effort you make is more than matched by the inflow of spiritual grace. Don't allow your mind or the deranged ways of this world to create weariness and yet another drama. Take rest in the spiritual light of love. Rest from fear. Rest from anxiety. Rest from needing to work it all out right now. Even on your most confusing or most productive days, you can find renewal in spirit. It is always available to you, even right now. I do actually want to read the healing process on this one to end this, but I feel like I'm supposed to say that all of us on this journey and all of us have withstood the test of time and are pure in heart, are operating out of purity of heart. Everyone can. We're all at different places in our journey, but we're all going through transformations, and we are all going to transform and come out of this unrecognizable in the best way possible. Looking younger, feeling younger, shining brightly, winning, reflecting, inspiring, nurturing ourselves and others. Real champions. I just see a vision of the celebration of it. It's like, the awards ceremony. A track and field day. All right. So, healing process. Imagine, feel, or intend that you are being bathed in radiant white light. It gently but effectively removes tentacles of attachment that your ego has generated. It allows you to effortlessly release false viewpoints or misguided interpretations of events. It gently cleanses and aligns your visions and desires so they are in harmony with your heart and the universe. This brings you back to your true self. You can relax and allow this realignment to happen naturally in the spiritual light as you surrender the restlessness of ego. You can settle into the inner loving ground of your beautiful heart. There is much for you to receive. You need not chase after anything or anyone, nor is there a need to fret or worry. Now is the time to rest in a place of love and trust. Rest for as long as you need, then ground yourself with a deep breath in and out. You have completed your healing process. I just want to say a little prayer for some of those that have messed up and are going to be in a place of judgment and have to pay for some mistakes made and go through their dark night of the soul. Pray that they will be forgiven and that they'll learn to forgive themselves and seek to take a higher path. Nobody has any reason to be self-righteous. Some of us are in a place where we have earned our recompense and it's on our way, but that's just because we've been through many, many years of betrayal and survival, abuse. I'm not going to get into it anymore, but like I said, we're all at different parts of our journey, so I pray for those that will especially need strength for the next part, and that a spirit of forgiveness will be amongst all of us, so that we can lift up and support the weak, that we would forgive our enemies and those that have betrayed us. Love, light, and peace. Thank you.